Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't he packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Stuck in my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like a million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rump. Big boobs in the bus, they plump. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. They like I tell you always stay hot. Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was bitches, I'd hate me a lot. Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. No friends, I don't fuck with the fake. Saying they love me, but one in my place. Step in the party, I'm looking the baddest. So the paparazzi in my face.
Good morning, Pine Nation. Happy Monday. I am off today. Guys, I won't be doing anything exciting at all. I'll be washing and folding and putting away clothes. That is, and I have to go pick out some flooring. Okay. So those are the only two things I have to do. And I have to put I have to put a grocery order in. I think that's it. Put a grocery order in and figure out what I'm going to cook tonight. I might do something easy like spaghetti, y'all, because I'm not really in a cooking mood. You know, I do have some steaks that I could cook. I don't know. Anyway, guys, welcome to the live. Guys, I've got a little lineup today, okay? You know, the ladies haven't been doing much, but I can always go back and point out things that I like to point out, right? So if you were here yesterday, we did a throwback, and we ended up doing 3 lives. You know, we had to do what we had to do. StreamYard was acting crazy, so we had to do it. We had to make it work. So anyway, hello, members, mods, and chat. Welcome to the Monday Morning Live with Pine Nation. Guys, we are getting into Alice and Alana. Okay, we're getting into Alice and Alana because I want to show you guys some of the things that she said and done over a period of time. I got my timestamps. I got my videos up. I am prepared for this live. And then I want to kind of drift through the YouTube streets and talk about other things. So make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way in. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. Now, guys, we're going back to Vlogmas. I know it sounds weird, but I want to point out some things that she said where she doesn't realize she tripped herself up. So basically, she's going to get popped. Okay, she's going to get popped. So just sit back, relax, drink your coffee, do what you need to do. Let's get started.
To uncles, they're with you 24/7 unless they're at school. Lazy could never be attached to me. Okay, so just for clarity on that. You ate before you let your son eat. There is no order. You do what you want to do for you.
All right, so guys, in this
particular
video, she's addressing hate comments. That's what she calls them. Addressing hate comments. So check this out.
No order. If I want to eat my food first, I'm going to eat my food first. If I want to feed my kids last, I'm going to feed my kids last. There is no order because there's always enough for all of us. So unlike some people who not only have poverty in their wallet, but their mindset is poverty, they think of everything with a lack state of thinking. And so you may have been thinking, oh, well, if she eat, it won't be enough for the kids. But whenever I cook food or buy food, there's always enough for all of us. Okay? Okay. Next, according to this lady, the repo man is always after her. She needs to take a ride to the courthouse and start getting those baby daddies for some child support. Let's be real. First off, I've never, I've never addressed the amount of men that I have children with. So why do you think it's more than one? Whether it's one or not, or if you're right or if you're wrong, what makes you think that there's one? I've never addressed that.
Oh, you didn't?
Secondly,
Oh, you didn't?
um,
Hold on. Let me let her finish talking.
yeah, the repo man is always after me.
Oh, we
He
know.
definitely was always
We
after
know,
me,
because you're
and
broke.
he'll continue to be after me as long as I don't pay
Right.
my car note.
Right.
So if you care that much, send a gift. If you don't want to send a gift, then shut up and stop worrying about
Oh,
me and the repo man.
oh,
Okay? Because if you ain't doing nothing to help me, you have no reason to even open up your mouth. You can keep your opinions to yourself while you watch
wow.
from home and run up my views. Next.
Oh,
Oh, and by the way, if I wanted child support, I will go down
check it
to the
out.
courthouse and
Check it
get it.
out.
I am
Let's
wonderful.
go.
I am wonderful at
Let's
filling out
go.
paperwork. And if I wanted to go get child support,
Uh-huh.
I will go get it. There is a
Uh-huh.
reason why I don't, but that reason is none of your
Oh,
business.
because
I don't mind watching
you
your
got some
channel,
band.
but it run me crazy how
Okay,
much
we're
you
done
run your
here.
hand in your
We're
head.
done here. Somebody's
Please
about to
try
be
to stop.
out. Okay, we are done here. So you're telling, so wait a minute, let me just get this right. You're telling us that you never talked about how that you had more than one baby daddy? Oh, oh, let's see. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, I think I found it. Mm-hmm. Vlogmas. Wait a minute, y'all. Check it out. Vlogmas 2023, day 12, last Q&A of the year. I am Allison Alana. 15 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's go.
The answer that you think you're gonna get.
Let's go.
The reason why I don't talk about my kids' dads is because they don't matter. I don't talk to
Oh,
them. They don't have a relationship with their
it's
children,
they
so they don't
plural.
matter. I hope that I hope that was
Kids, dads with a plural, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a receipt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call a receipt over here at Pine Nation. Welcome. If you like it messy, you're in the right place. If you like it just a tad bit ratchet, you're in the right place. So you just said, I didn't say anything about my baby's daddies. How do you know I have more than one? You're popped. My kids' dads with an S. S means what, guys? Plural. Okay, let's finish it out.
clarity for you because that's all you're gonna get. Unlike other women, or I'm not gonna say other women, unlike some other people, I don't have time to be worried about people who aren't worried about me or their children, which is the most important half, their children, right? I have already spent time in that space trying to get people to do the right thing by their own children, and it's just something that I don't want to do anymore. You don't care. You don't want to provide. You don't want to be a proper father. You only want to do it to the level of which you want to do it, and leave the rest on the other party. Cool. Just don't do anything. You know what I mean? It's done. It's okay. So there is no reason to consider people who treat their own kids like garbage. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny? I'm gonna go a little even detail. I know such individuals to be a very big YouTube indulger, so they're always on YouTube, right?
Guys,
And
such
I'm pretty
individuals is her baby daddy. Latrice says, and she said she had more than one father when she was talking about Christian and single. What she wanted, no, what she wants. She mentioned she had her daughter already and got with the eldest son father. Pine showed us. Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. Like she sits there and says, I don't know what you guys are talking about. When did I ever mention that? Here is where you mentioned it.
Pretty sure with
Vlogmas 2020, sorry, Vlogmas 2023, day 12, last Q&A of the year. This is where it was mentioned.
I think within my
15 minutes,
first
Allison.
month
We have
of
the receipt.
YouTube, I had gotten over 2.1 million impressions on my channel. So that means that over 2.1 million people saw my videos. I was in the algorithm
Listen,
very heavy.
now she talking about her baby daddy. So she believes that just because she's on YouTube and over 2.1 million people saw the video, that the baby daddy had to have seen the video. I just think, now, is it a possibility that her baby daddy watches YouTube, like she says, and has seen her videos? Of course it is. But let's just see what she's going to say. Listen to the rest of what she's going to say about the baby daddy.
Yeah, pushed out to everyone, everywhere, every country.
Everyone, everywhere, in every country.
Real,
Come
okay?
on, y'all.
And I
Really?
am about 100, it's like to say 100% sure that such individuals saw me on the internet. And I'm almost willing to say that they just found it funny. They probably just watched it and laughed and said, oh, she got to be on the internet.
I just fighting over the popcorn.
Asking for money and stuff like that. They probably were just glad that they didn't have to pay it, or that better yet, that I was no longer asking them. Because sometimes it didn't matter how much I asked for assistance. It was just always, no, I'm not doing it. No, I don't have it. No, I don't. You know what I mean? Because people have their priorities backwards. They think that their life belongs to the streets versus their kids. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that person has seen probably several of my videos and watch it just to laugh and have something to talk about. You know what I mean? So why would I be talking about them? What relevance or what importance do they serve in the world, let alone to my kids? You know what I mean? It just common sense. You just don't shed light on people who don't matter. And anybody who neglects their own definitely don't matter to me.
Where got hurt?
Yeah, that's that on that. My next question was, do you keep in touch with your parents and your...
Okay, we moved on. That was one Poppington. Let's move on. Now, this one, let me see. All right, this one is a total insult to some of her subscribers. Like, I found this video to... Allison Alana is ignorant. If y'all think Liv is ignorant, you ain't seen shit. Allison Alana can be so ignorant a lot of the time. And I'm like, do you understand? And I feel like all of us are a bit ignorant at times, right? But do you understand that some of your subscribers could be going through exactly what the exact topic that you're hitting on? Check this out, because y'all know she thinks she's a nun now, right? Okay, I'm exaggerating, y'all. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. Alania Marie. Okay, I will go check her out. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so y'all see she got her little Fendi shirt on. Well, she's sitting in the shelter with her little Fendi shirt on, y'all. I don't know what this robe or whatever this thing is on top, because it is absolutely hideous. Okay, but let's check it out, guys. Let's check it out. So this one is Vlogmas 2023, day 13. Is your boyfriend more important than God? Now, you just sit up there and dragged your baby daddies 5 seconds ago. Now, do you understand, Allison, that the person that you are now, I'm not saying that you can't want to turn your life over to God and want to be a better person. I'm just saying that it's just freaking weird. It's weird, the stuff that she comes up with. And I feel like she's one of those people who is a bit culty. Okay. I think if she could join a cult right now, she would do it. Like, I feel like she consumes herself in whatever she's involved in. It's weird. All right, check it out, y'all.
Whatever, but I think I remained abstinent for about 3 years, and then I met somebody else about 3 years later, and messed myself up again, had a couple of kids, whatever. However, I have since come back to grips with myself. Okay, I've come back to grips with myself and have decided to live a fornication-free life for the past maybe like 18 months. That is the life that I have chosen to live, and that is what I will continue to live until, by the grace of God, He will strengthen me to keep on going. And that is a life that I want to continue in until my lovely, gorgeous, striking husband comes and sweeps me off my feet. However, I say all this to say, I know that there are many of women who are in relationships with men, and they're thinking to themselves that they're grown, they could do whatever they want to do. They don't need the ring. I don't want it. They might be thinking they don't want to get married. They might be thinking, I'm not going to rush him. I'm not going to put stress on him about that. He'll ask me to marry him when he's ready. But all in the while, though, like, which is fine. That's a great way to think, because what woman should be pricing a man out to marry them?
HVM,
You know, but during that time period of waiting, they're still very much sexually active. They're doing all of the things that would be being done in a marriage, not in a basic relationship, which many of us do. People think that adulthood really means whatever, they could do whatever they want to do. But if you are a Christian, there still is somebody to answer to, right? And many of us disregard what we know we should be doing to do what we want to be doing. And I want to pose a question to y'all today. And that question really is your boyfriend more important than God? Has God been calling you? Has He been talking to you and saying you should change your life? You should stop sleeping with this man. You should stop fornicating. You should stop living your life like you're a married woman. Has He been talking to you? Have you even been open to receive His voice? Have you heard anything that He's been having to say? Or but you're busy running. You're talking to other people to avoid His voice. You're doing what you want to do. You hear His voice, but you just decided, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do because
4 kids and 2 to 3 baby daddies later, and now you want to be a nun. Now you want to live in a convalescent home with your 3 kids, because guess what? It's rent free. I'm confusion. You know what? A lot of people don't get that, Latrice. I totally agree. For some people, marriage is an accomplishment. I get it. I mean, whatever, for some people, having a baby is an accomplishment. I don't consider either thing an accomplishment. It's an okay thing to do if that's what you want to do, but I don't necessarily consider it an accomplishment. Do y'all see how weird these ladies think? Chrissy thinks packing lunch is an accomplishment. She thinks making dinner for her kids and lying about having a ghost husband is an accomplishment. Allison Alana thinks after 3 baby daddies, being a nun is an accomplishment. Liv thinks completing a pregnancy but not her GED is an accomplishment, okay? These women are weird. Okay, and then I forgot to go through the comments, guys. I actually had a couple of notes because I wanted to go through the comments section. But listen to what she's going to say. That's not even it. Let's get into what she's going to say.
Because I really think it's time for women to start making a decision on what's more important. Who's more important? Their own life, their own journey. What is it? I do know, honestly, I can think about stories that I have heard, things I personally experienced, things like that. A lot of times God will definitely render like major punishment when people know the right thing and still do the wrong thing. For instance, think about that story a long time, but not really long time ago, but maybe like a few years ago, 3-4 years ago. There was this man who was married, right? And he went to Florida or something and hang up with these girls. And the girl, it was like for a 3-way or something they was planning to do. And the girls took him back to this hotel room and had guys waiting in the room to shoot and kill him, right? And he thought he was just going to go have a good time. He was going to cheat on his wife a little bit, have a good time. And he went there to lose his life. There are other people, I've heard this story that I know somebody personally that told me about this. And it was a man who was cheating on his wife. And the lady that he went to go and cheat with, in the middle of them doing the activity, he ended up dying right on top of her in the act. So when we know that it's the same thing, like when we know the right thing and we go and break a commitment, in that case, they had like a real commitment, like a covenant, like a agreement with God. That's a vow.
Blink
they
at.
took a real vow.
You notice that that Blinkette is blinking her ass off right now. I told y'all she's the queen. Something is going on here with the blinking. I don't know if it's a condition where you can blink too much. Nurse Ratchet, do you know anything about this? Any nurses in the chat? Can you tell me what condition would cause you to blink constantly, nonstop?
To God, so I feel like he comes down on the adulterers probably a little bit more because they vow to him, not necessarily to each other.
Listen to this, y'all. Listen.
However, and when they break that vow to him, then it becomes a real dangerous zone.
Yeah, Blinkette
zone for them, right? But who's to say that he won't do this? Some punishments the same for people.
Listen to this. Listen how sick this is.
Like think about it. Some people could go and fornicate unprotected and nothing happens to them, right? But then you got the next girl or guy who goes and does it and they end up with AIDS or HIV right away, herpes, all types of things going wrong with them, things going wrong with their ovaries and cancers and ovarian cancer, like stuff like that. Those are
listen to this,
curses and punishments from God for doing what you know you shouldn't do.
Now, is it just me or is that some sick shit right there? This is sick. You're telling me that you think God is cursing people and giving them cancer because they fornicated? What kind of God do you serve? This is when I heard her say that, I'm thinking, do you understand how many, do women understand that most of their audience are women, right? Do you know how many people in your chat could have cancer right now? And you're telling them that they're cursed? I mean, that is sick, y'all. It took me a minute to find this, but I remember what she wore, this ugly ass top. And I said, here it is. Here is definitely something wrong with her, KW Coupon Mommy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This woman is 39, about to be 40 later on this year. She has nothing going for herself. She has a problem with people that pay taxes, yet she lives off of government assistance. I need you to make it make sense. I mean, this is weird, guys. Look, all right, hold on. Hold on, y'all. We got another one, right? All right, so we done with that one. We're going to move on to the next one, guys. If you have not had a chance to hit the like, please go ahead and do so. Okay, we are on Alice and Alana right now. We're going through her vlogmases from 2023. I know they're old, but we've got to check these weird things that she's talking about now. In this one, check out the title. Vlogmas 2023, day 14, my Christmas wish list. Bitch, you're in a shelter. You need to be wishing for a new place. That's what you need to be doing. I'm telling you, she still think that a pile of money is going to fall on her lap from doing what exactly, Allison? You've had this boutique out for how long? You ain't making shit off of that. You're living in a rental assistance apartment. Now, I heard, from what I've heard, and these are just me gathering clues. I have no receipts on this, but this is my assumption. Based on the state they said she's in. No, I do not have her address. This is a word on the YouTube streets. They said that it's 2 programs that can help you go from homeless to housed. Okay, it's 2 programs. One program will pay your rent for up to 2 years, or either pay a majority of your rent for up to 2 years. I'm going to try to look it up so I can let you guys know what it is, because I was thinking, if you're in the state, I don't know if you're in North Carolina. I don't know if she's in South or North Carolina, but I heard she's in the Carolinas. And I'm thinking, Sky, you need to get in touch with Alice and Alana. Okay? Now let's listen to this wish list that she has the nerve to put up here, guys. And hold up, because I need to go through some of these comments as well, guys. So let me let this play, because I keep forgetting to go in the comments, y'all.
Okay, from yours truly, Amazon. All right, so the first thing I put on my wish list for Christmas this year was a tripod. And I wanted a tripod that was like really small, that I could put in my purse, not something big and bulky that required me to carry around like a big bag or anything like that. So I also wanted something that can adjust from like a selfie stick to like a small table tripod to a big and tall tripod. So I picked this Amitech tripod. It comes in several colors, and I think it's the perfect tripod to have for me as a vlogger, because it's versatile, and then I can also use it for videos like this where I'm just sitting down talking, sharing information, and just having casual conversation. So definitely this tripod for sure. As a content creator, you always want to be up on new information, learning new strategies, learning how you can make your videos more visible in the algorithm, how you can get just better viewership for your channel. So this is a book that I've been wanting for a long time. It is called The YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves. I used to watch his channel all the time when I first started YouTube to learn tips and tricks from him. And he created this book, and I never purchased it, but this book is like the perfect book, I think, for me in this stage of my content creator career. And it is just a book that I think that everybody that does YouTube should read. So I definitely wanted to add this to my Christmas wish list this year for sure. The third item on my list is this cute little tennis necklace. I've been looking for a tennis necklace that is short, that goes like from, right around here, not really like choker, just slightly longer than a choker, but short enough so like if I'm wearing a high collar shirt, like, up to
Oh,
here,
really,
it'll still
Latoy?
show. They look
I
really,
wouldn't
really
be
good
surprised, because let's
and
be
they
clear.
spice.
Let's be for real. Let's be realistic here. How in the hell is Sky paying rent like that? Sky's never paid real rent in her life. In her life. But it's all going down, y'all. 2026 is when the changes start. So you lazy bitches better get up off your asses, because the changes are coming. Okay, the changes are coming, guys. All right, let's continue.
Any outfit. I mean, you could be wearing like a plain pair of black sweatpants and a round neck black baby tee or something. You throw that on and a purse, and you just look like you are dressed up, like with some accessories on. It just look like you put out some effort. It's just something about a good tennis necklace. The shorter the better, in my opinion. Like I said, not really choker style, but just short, because you want something that'll still show around your neck, even if you're wearing like a regular round neck collar shirt. So I like it in the silver, like a 16-inch. I did see some in the 14-inch, but I'm feeling like those might give more of choker vibes. So I wanted something a little bit longer. Hopefully a 16-inch will be perfect for me. But yes, this tennis necklace is a staple piece for sure. All right, so moving on to item number 4 on the Christmas wish list is going to be this Apple Lightning cable. And this cable is so bomb. It makes life so
Apple.
easy. And especially if...
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on for a second. Now, I just wanted to show y'all that she was on here begging again. She has the nerve to come on here and advertise her wish list. Bitch, you a grown woman by it yourself. Okay, hold on, y'all. So she put the link down here. Now, wait a minute. The first weird part is she was so behind on her Vlogmas post that she posted this on, hold on, y'all. She actually posted this video on December the 31st. So Christmas was over. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all. All right. She actually posted this video on December the 31st, as you can see. So let's check out the comments. They say, you really can't help yourself. Christmas is over. OMG, you are something else, expecting people to spend hundreds of dollars on some of those items. You got some nerve. Here go Allison and Lana. Girl, if you only think some people should spend $5 on you, just say that. Why? It's a dummy in the comments talking about great clapback. No, it is not. It's lame as fuck. All right, now, can you believe the nerve shaking my damn head? This is the all-time low. How can people speak of putting God first and then beg for material things from others? Here go Allison. So Allison was clapping back then, right? She holla. Oh, wait a minute. What she said? How can people be stupid and open their mouth to show their level of stupidity? Just don't talk till you raise your IQ. That's not even a good clapback, sis. It was a snooze fest clapback. All right, now we're moving on. Now, guys, under the video where she said, I never said anything about my baby daddies. Hold on, let me see what that says. All right, here we go. And she says some people have a poverty mindset, but they don't have, poverty in their pockets, but they have a poverty mindset. They say, baby girl, you have to know that we can say what's on our minds on this platform. People don't like to see you begging and asking all the dang time. Remember this. Then they say, it's funny you speaking on having people having poverty in their wallets when you always have your hand out for something. Let me see if anybody said anything. All right. That's hilarious, isn't it? All right, hold on. They say, LOL, she said, like you guys, she isn't lazy because she doesn't have a job. Girl, it's more than that. I can't wait for the interview to be released of your family and others that know you to speak on stuff that don't make sense. I can't wait because, girl, you need to humble yourself. Okay, this girl is weird. Hold on, let me see. Let me see, y'all. We got anything else? I don't think we have anything. Have never seen. All right, hold on. Let me see. If they don't like you, they don't have to watch. Hold on, y'all. I'm just kidding. All right, so it's supporters down in there, so we don't care about that. All right, so now going back to the video where she said, all right, so now guys, we're going back to the video where she said that cancer is a punishment for fornication. Do y'all not think that's ignorant? That is so evil to even come out of your mouth. You don't know. What if 20% of your audience has some type of female cancer? My thing is, if cancer is a punishment for fornication, God forbid, but you would have cancer then, right? Do you see what I'm saying, y'all? It's very ignorant to think. And even if you think it, don't say it. Don't say everything you think, right? All right, so under this, she's telling people they shouldn't fornicate and blah, blah, blah. So then they say children tend to look at your action versus your words. Actions matter way more than words. Basically, you have 3 baby daddies, yet you're still fornicating. We're confused. You have 3 baby daddies, yet now you're all of a sudden like bashing people that fornicate. As adults, sometimes you have to let your children know you messed up and apologize to them and show them better. Stand on your words, okay? Hold on. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. All right, here you go. It's going to take a lot to make your partner respect your decision because you already have multiple kids. Here go Allison. She done put in a whole pamphlet, y'all. She said, it doesn't matter what I have. All it takes is for a man to be honoring God with his life and his body. Therefore, he'll honor me. To anyone reading this, that's the seed that the enemy wants to plant to make people think they can't live a submissive life to God. Look, y'all, I don't have, like I said before, I don't have a problem with people who make this decision. It's just that it's going to be damn near impossible. That's just my personal opinion. If people want to say, we're on the internet, so sometimes people like to throw a monkey wrench in it. I know plenty of 39-year-old people that are abstinent. I'm not saying I don't know any people that practice abstinence. I'm just saying, if you have all these kids and all these baby daddies, it's going to be hella hard to find a ninja that's willing to put up with that until y'all get married. Okay? Wait a minute. So she says, we're not pleasing people, we're pleasing God. And God will send us other people who want to please him, not others. God can do anything. Not all of us are living like the majority of the world, regardless of what it looks like. If this is a decision you want to make, God will give you more than you can imagine for your obedience. And here goes somebody down here talking about it's the truth. Tell us about your experience finding a man that doesn't want to have relations. Please somebody tell me if you ever met a man in your life that doesn't want to have relations. I'll wait. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody address what I said about the cancer, guys. They say, if you think ovarian cancer is a result of being promiscuous, cancer is not an STD. Do you also think that fertility issues are? You mentioned a few times having ovary issues, ovarian cancer. Listen to how ignorant she's standing on what she said, on her ignorance. Listen how hard she's standing on her ignorance, y'all. This is sick. No, I think it's a result of being disobedient to God. What the fuck? This is like the level of ignorance. It's almost over top of Liv, y'all. It's almost, at least we know Liv is trolling. She's being for real. Listen, all right, so let me finish. She says, no, I think it's a result of being disobedient to God and not having any remorse or any repentance of it. Fertility issues are sometimes linked to several terminations, but could also be a punishment from God as well. Wait a minute. Now, if you want to talk about talking shit to your audience, listen to what she's saying. A whole audience full of women, this is where it's going to hit hard. Listen to this, y'all. Being barren isn't normal. So if I were barren, I would start by giving God thanks for my life, repenting for every single sin, those known and unknown, and I would be studying my word, breaking covenants that my ancestors may have made that could be affecting me, fasting and praying and asking God to take the curse off my womb. Do you understand how fucking insensitive that is for women that can't have babies? Do you? That's the majority of your audience, dummy. I thought that was the sickest that is the sickest, most twisted and ignorant response that I have ever read. Ever. Okay, guys, this is crazy. Wait a minute, check this out. Preach, sis. So you were married to the father of your last two kids. Let's go. Let's go. I was just like, this is crazy. All right, so we moving on to more ignorance. Because this girl is super ignorant, guys. If you don't know now, you know. She's up there saying that your womb is cursed. Wait a minute. I thought you were into the Bible. I thought you wasn't supposed to believe in curses. No offense to anyone, but I'm just saying. Is it the Bible or are we doing spiritual or is it a combination? It's so insensitive to women who are unable to bear children, guys. Like, I would never be that ignorant, knowing that I have an audience full of women and talk down on the women like that. All right, so let's look at this. We got another one. Check this out. All you working moms out there, because you know she cannot stand a hard-working mother. You have a job for what? How dare you want to take care of yourself and provide for your family without being on government assistance? Are you crazy? All right. So let's listen to the title. Let's get into the title. Work has more value than children. I'm going to read that again. Work has more value than children. Another sick ass title. Let's check it out, guys.
So we are at Aiden's school waiting for him to come in. Literally, I got to Ace's school so early this morning. The earliest you can drop your kid off is 7:25, and that's exactly what time I got there. I'm sorry, 7:20, and then I got there at 7:25. So we get to Aiden's school at 7:48. Mind you, Aiden doesn't have to be in school till well after 9 o'clock. But I'm just not about to be driving back home and then coming back out. We just wait it out over here, right? It's 7:48. It's already 2 or 3 little boys sitting outside on the sidewalk. I mean, sitting out there, waiting to get into the school. And I'm just like, bruh, would you want to wait well over an hour? Like an hour and a half to go into a building? Like, how do y'all just be dropping y'all kids off like that, right? And then just leaving them outside the way?
Insensitive to her female audience. Check this out, guys. Check this one out. Check it out.
Hour and a half so school could open. Like, I just think that's so wrong, because I know can't nobody drop me off nowhere and leave me to hang outside for over an hour. And if I was a kid, I wouldn't want that done. And as an adult, I wouldn't want that done. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how do y'all be feeling comfortable with that? Like, it's just,
see, some of us don't go with our feelings all the time. And I'm not saying it's right to drop a kid off this early. What I'm saying is, why would you, instead of saying, I wish these parents, all right, because so some schools we have before care and after care, guys, for parents who need to be to work really early. I never needed or utilized these services because I didn't need it. I had a village. So thank God I didn't have to do this. But I know a lot of people, their kids are in aftercare. They might get off at 5 or 6. But my point is, if you're so worried, she just is using this opportunity. This is her window of opportunity to insult the working class people. She can't stand a bitch with a job. She can't stand it. So she's talking to the majority of women, especially Black women. And look at your hair, girl. You couldn't use any edge control on that shit.
I can't do it. My son put on a bra with me every morning until it's closer to the time. Then I see everybody lining up. I'll let him go join the line, and he might stand over there for like 15, 20 minutes because he just, want to be out there. He might see somebody, because it is 1 or 2 guys from his old school that goes here. So he might want to go out there and just kick it. But I'm not about to leave him out here for no hour and a half just standing out there with the school building closed, and he's just standing there.
Allison, what about when I know you don't know anything about it because you haven't had a job in 11 years. You've been living off the government for 11 years. Some people don't have a choice. In order to provide a roof over their kids' heads, they have to go to work, and they can't control what time the job starts. I get it. You don't know shit about it. Okay? The tax-paying citizens pay for your entire fucking life. We provide you with food stamps. We provide you with clothing. We provide you with housing. We pay your BG&E bill. I'm sure you're getting some type of energy assistance. I'm sure you got a gift card to buy that brand new Sony washer and dryer that you got, which is not very nice, by the way. Do you think that we think you pay for that? How would you pay for it, Allison? You have nothing. What you have is us, the hardworking, tax-paying citizens. That's what you depend on for your lifestyle. But yet you're critiquing those same people that are providing your ass with money in your pocket and food on your table. She just can't help herself, guys.
Outside. What about if it's like snow outside or rain? Like, what? I don't be understanding. Do these jobs really be worth that much where you just, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm assuming it's because they got to go to work. But oh my goodness, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like I was just saying, I was just fussing before I got on camera about it. I said, let me turn on and start talking about it on the vlog. Because I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, what? I just, Mm-mm. Being a parent is hard and frustrating and all that. Sometimes I'd be like, bro, I should have really thought this out a lot better and all that. But I have my kids. So since I have them, I'm gonna always make sure that they're good. And I don't feel like leaving them outside for an hour and a half outside of a school building is making sure that they're good. I just don't feel like that. And to be quite honest, I'm actually rethinking my whole idea of schools all over again, because I'm like, at one point when I only had 2 kids, I used to homeschool my kids, and I don't like the school systems, period. Not even just the fact that I dislike this one, but I just feel like I don't like school systems, period. Like anytime somebody could tell me what to do with my kid, we already got a problem. Because like, for instance, this morning I'm walking Ace to school, okay, Ace in class, into the building, and they like, oh, parents can't walk their kids to
It's
class.
always about how she feels. Do you notice that's the story for a lot of these moms? Adulting has nothing to do with your feelings, boo-boo. Adulting 101 doesn't have shit to do with feelings, because let me explain it to you, you with your lazy ass. I don't think any of us feel like going to work. I don't think any of us feel like doing a side hustle. I don't feel like any of us love cleaning up and washing those dishes. Don't you just love going to work every day and driving an hour to get there and sitting at the desk for 8 hours and having people to be in charge of you and tell you what to do, and you grown as hell? None of us want to do these things, but we make a choice that we don't want to live in poverty. Okay? Like wine trash. We don't want to live in poverty. So we have to choose. You chose to live in poverty and talk shit about working people and side with Trump, who has none of your welfare interest. Okay? You took a side of a man that don't give a fuck about you. But that's on you, boo. Because the working class are the ones that's going to make it through this bull crap. When they swipe them food stamps, when they swipe that medical assistance and make you go to work, what you going to do then? When they pull the rug from under your ass, you real comfortable right now. But when come to 2026, when all these benefits start going away, and some of these lazy ass moms, you, wine trash, strong coochie Chrissy, live my lazy life, my snooze fest life, and Sky Roan or Cry Roan has to get a job. Let's see how that's going to pan out. 2026 is going to be a very interesting year. Okay? We'll see how that pans out when y'all ain't getting y'all food stamps because y'all won't report to the work program. When you're not eligible for rental assistance because housing is getting cut too. I don't agree with any of it. I told y'all how I feel about it. I'm willing to pay my portion of tax to keep their ass out of my way. Because they coming for your ass. Is anybody in this chat a billionaire or millionaire? Okay, thought so. They're coming for us next. They're going to come from us. They're going to steal from us. They're going to be begging on every corner. They're coming to us next, guys. I mean, that's how it's going to work. So don't be so quick to want these cuts. Let them have that little food stamps. Let them have that little rental assistance. Let them have it. Now, I don't agree that they should make welfare a way of life. I don't agree with that. No, I don't think anybody agrees that a able-bodied person should make welfare a way of life. But I'd rather have them on welfare than coming for what the fuck I got. Okay? Because I want to keep the little bit that I got. Okay? It may not be much to a rich person, but it means everything to me. That's why I go to work every day. That's why I treat my stuff with respect. That's why I keep my house clean. All right, so let's keep going, y'all.
Class anymore. That was only for the first week.
Listen to,
and I'm like, well,
so listen to why she's mad. Allison has a problem with authority. Now, everybody has a little bit of a problem with authority to a certain level because you're like, I don't feel like listening to this shit because you grown, right? All right, whatever. But there has to be some type of civilization can't exist if we don't have hierarchies and authorities, and these are necessary evils. just like the police. They are necessary evil. ABs, necessary evil. Keep trying to, oh, we shouldn't do that. And you want 1 billion people to take care of? You thought you was paying taxes then? No, let them get those ABs. Let them do it. Nobody said it was right. Nobody's saying we love ABs. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that they're a necessary evil. We're saying that the police are a necessary evil. We have to have order in society. When we get rid of order, there's chaos. Okay? That's all I'm saying, y'all. All right, let's listen to her talk about how she doesn't like the school telling her what to do. You don't run the school. You run your house or your shack, your shelter. Because right now she's living in the shelter. She sits in the car all day long while the kids are in school, pretending that she's looking for a job. Check it out, y'all.
And Friday, when I was walking Ace to class, Ace was walking past his hallway. Like, the way we was coming in was, you got to pass one hall, and then the second hall is a hall he would turn down. Ace passed the second hall too on Friday. So clearly a week of that wasn't enough to teach a 5-year-old how to get to their class. He's only been to pre-K, and his pre-K was not in an elementary school. It was in a center. So the fact that you expect him to walk through this whole big building and remember where his class is in 5 days is absurd. And it's like, you shouldn't be able to tell me if I can walk my kid to his classroom. You know what I mean? Like, nobody should be able to tell me what I can do with my kid. But because it's their school system, they feel like they have that right. And I just don't like that. I don't like
they do have
trying
the right
to control me.
It's their building. First of all, if you pay taxes, you may have a little bit of more rights, but bitch, you don't pay anything. So in my opinion, they're trying to teach him a word that you know nothing about. It's called independence. See how you ended up? Because they kept walking your big, long face ass to class. It's called independence, Allison. Something you know nothing about. That's why you're living in a shelter now. Okay? I like the public school system. I already told you I got a family of teachers. I ain't going there. If y'all know what other people put up with, half the problem is these ignorant ass parents that don't know how to raise their kids. No, all teachers are not perfect, nor is the public school system. I'm not perfect, and none of you are perfect. Okay? That's just the way it is. But my kids go to public school, and they're going to keep going to public school. That's just the way it's going to be. I have no problem with public school. I know a few low-level workers that are underneath me that went to private school. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Going to private school doesn't make you smarter. It doesn't mean you're going to advance further in life. You have to make a choice to do that. Okay? So I have no problem with public school. I have no problem with private school. Okay? I'm just saying that she's mad about the public school system doing this to her. Girl, you aren't in charge of shit but that little shelter shack that you live at. And now you're in charge of a rental assistance apartment. So get it together over there. Hey, Lady T-Bug. All right, so we're moving on. All right, we're moving on. So now we're going to go to, let me speed this up, guys. Because she talks very slow and you know she kind of snoozy. So we don't want to snooze ourselves out here. All right, hold on. Oh my goodness, the freeze frame. All right, hold up, y'all. All right. This one is titled "A Message to My Supporters." This is how it went. It's the no accountability factor that is about to blow your mind, as usual, when it comes to Allison. Let's go.
My channel. I'm Allison Alana, and this particular video is particularly for the people that assisted me during the time of me experiencing a possible eviction. And so I wanted to create this video just for you all so that you can know exactly how things went. and lay out a lot of information that I didn't even expect to have to be a part of this video. But at this point, it very much is a part of this video, and everything is going to be spoken on now. So as you guys know, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video in regards to me being evicted, and it was supposed to happen August 14th at 8:30 a.m. I didn't have all the money, but I do know how my the property management company that I rent from, how they operate. So I knew that I had time to be able to get it. And so I was working on that, and I asked for you all to pitch in, whoever could and was able to pitch in, if you guys would be able to send me, a little contribution so that I could try to save my place for myself and for my kids. And many of you did do that. Thank you so much for doing that, for your contribution. However, the money that was sent to me by that time, like so by August 14th, 8:30 a.m. was not enough. At that time, I had only gotten $100 in assistance from, $300 in assistance from you all, and I had about $157 of my own. So $457.
Oh no, yeah. All of these
All right,
videos,
welcome
I'm
back
sorry,
to
y'all.
my
All of
like
these
today.
videos are old, but I'm just reacting to them, okay?
Or whatever. And because I knew at that time I didn't have the money. So 7:30 rolls around, and I'm like, maybe there's still a chance. Maybe there's still a chance. I went on and I contacted a family member, and I said, well, I know this is kind of last minute, and the reason why I didn't ask you before was because you had already done so much to help me with my last situation. So I wasn't even going to call you, but because I'm like, my back's against the wall, I literally have an hour before I'm evicted, I wanted to know if you would be able to help me. And I sent them a picture of the notice that talked about my eviction or whatever. And the person was just like, well, I'm sorry this is happening, but I can't help you. I did all I could do the last time. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I just was like, okay, well, I guess this is just it. This is just it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave. The sheriff came, did not come at 8:30, but he came maybe around like 8:45. And by then we were already just getting our stuff going out the door. He told me that it was very important that I didn't try to get back into the unit, whatever. And my property manager was there. So he came and he walked up to my door and locked the door. So we left. That was Monday, August 14th, around like 8:45 a.m. We left, and we were just out here. When you get locked out of your home, it's not like the typical eviction that most people might be used to. So you just literally, you get locked out. You have to leave. They don't throw your stuff out or go through your things or touch your things in any way. Legally, you do get 7 days, or it could be 21 days depending on what your property manager does, but mine does 7 days. So you get 7 days to take your things out of the home. And that's just that. So for 7 days, we were just out here trying to hustle up the money. I was working night and day. I was tired. It was just a whole lot going on. We were up here just knowing that we had 7 more days, because my landlord told me, well, my property management and my landlord really told me that in the 7 days, if I get the money, I can move back in. It's literally just paying the money and going back in, because none of my things were removed, none of my things were touched. I was able to move back in, right? So I was really not excited about that, but I just knew that there was like some hope still left. So I continued to just go on about my day, just focus on the fact that I was trying to resolve this issue. All right, welcome back to
y'all keep doing that. What she's saying is the sheriff comes there, he hands her an eviction notice, tell her she's evicted and she can't come back onto the property. However, they then give her 7 additional days. So if she comes up with the money, then she can move back in and go back into her place legally. So that's what they're saying. Because remember when they said, because I never heard of it too, but and not in every, in every state is different, basically. Okay, because here when you get evicted, they throw your shit out on the lawn or whatever. I don't think they do it everywhere, but I feel like they had some type of law they recently passed about that. They put that shit out on the lawn and they keep it moving. Okay, get out, goodbye, and hand me my damn key over, or they change the lock so you can't get in. That's what I think they do.
I even began to ask another family member if they could help me, because I knew that they had the money. I know that they had the money, and
this is where it gets.
All right, welcome back to.
God, I keep doing that, y'all, because the pause button not in the same spot. Y'all, this is where it gets good. Listen to this part. She asked another family member to help her because she knows that they have the money. What you saw there, bank statement? Let's go.
A picture of the paper that I was like doing my subtractions from every time I would get money from somebody, or I put in. I told her that. Every time I did a day's worth of work, I would deduct whatever I was going to keep for gas, maybe whatever bill I may have had coming up or something, and the rest of it went towards the rent, right? So I was just daily deducting and subtracting and trying to just show the progress I was making. I was explaining myself to them, which is something that I don't do with anybody. I was really just trying to just be in the most humblest space ever and get me and my kids off the street. That's really all I cared about, was getting us back into our home, right? And when I say this person just was just hard, they basically just hardened their heart towards me and my children and refused to help us. I remember.
Do you hear this shit? They don't have to help you do shit. Nobody owes your old ass anything. You're a 37-year-old unemployed woman with the online boutique that's not doing any numbers. Nobody's buying from that boutique, running a failing YouTube channel. Your views are not doing. But my thing is to have the nerve to say that somebody has to help you. What the fuck have you ever done for them? What have you done for them? I know they had it and they could have helped me, but they hardened their heart. No, their wallets are closed. Let's keep going, guys, because she's going to go even further, explaining a little bit of backstory on the person. The audacity, right? Benita, you said it the minute I was saying it, Benita typed it. The entitlement, yes, Shelby. All right, let's finish listening.
It was the Friday before the 21st, because, I had a 7-day period. And I just kept saying, if you could just please help me out, I will never ask you for anything else again. I will work night and day. I will figure something out and figure out something to get you your money back. I do not want your money. I'm not trying to use you for your money. I'm not trying to play you for your money. Right now, it's just about me and getting these kids back into their home that they deserve to be living in. And if you could just help me, this would be the last time that I come to you for anything. And when I say this person refused to give me any assistance with this, knowing the severity of the situation. It didn't matter, right? So the 21st rolls around and I came and I got my stuff out of my home. I moved it out and I got one of my neighbors to help me with my bigger items. We moved it out, and as of Wednesday the 22nd, I have been completely out of my home, and we have just been out here now. It's been another week. Today is the 29th. Yes, today's the 29th. No, I'm sorry. Since the 23rd, Wednesday the 23rd till now the 29th, we've been out here for 6 days, just living in hotels. And most of my time is spent out on the street working anyway, because regardless of where I live, I need to have money to be able to feed my children, keep gas in my vehicle. I still have bills that I have to pay, my cell phone bill, things that I have to pay, whether I'm in a house or not. So it's just been nonstop work, just trying to make sure that no matter what's going on, I can still provide to the best of my ability. But here is where things took a turn for the worst, okay? Because remember that 7-day period that I told you I just talked about, where if I was put out Monday, August 14th, I would be able to come back by August 21st. If I pay the money, and if I didn't pay the money, that would be the time to move my things out. They legally give you that time to move out. They do not put your things outside. That's when things really messed up, because before I could even really have the time to come back to my channel and say, oh guys, well, I did get put out, but there's still hope. I'm getting 7 days to either pay and stay or get out fully, like move out. Somebody took it upon themselves to go and post pictures of my home and my address all over YouTube. This person completely violated my privacy and my family as a whole.
I did not see. Now, she claims she got doxxed. I did hear something about a doxing going on with Allison Beglana, but I never saw it. I didn't see where this happened. If anybody knows, don't say the name of the channel, but just say if you said it, okay? Because I don't want you to say the name of a channel of someone who I do not fuck with, okay? Let's just be clear, okay? I know some of you are new here and you may not understand the history of this mommy sector, but it's not kumbaya with everybody over here, just to be clear, okay? No hard feelings. I'm just telling you. If you saw her get doxxed, just say, yeah, it happened. You don't have to tell me who did it, okay? All right, guys, let's go.
They put my privacy out there. I don't typically talk about where I live because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I live. I come on here to make impact and to create content and to earn a living for my family. That has nothing to do with where I am located. But this person took it upon himself and found it appropriate to go ahead and put my address and pictures of my home on the internet.
Thank you, Keisha.
They don't know my situation. They don't know if this is like there's any safety issues. They don't know if there's people that's not supposed to know where we live. They don't know any of that. But for whatever reason, they found it so important to them to go ahead and take my information or go and research my information and put it out there. Very little people know where I live. Very little people have my address. So it's a small group of people that have that. And I don't know if where or how this person obtained my information, but it's the most ridiculous thing that I have ever seen in my entire life. There's been this thing going around where I'm being called a scammer, a liar, that I'm stealing from people. None of that stuff is true. And I really wanted to make this video to make sure that I said that very clearly to the people that support me, because I have seen some of the people that support me switch up. After so long of hearing something, the natural way of thinking or the natural way the mind works is to start to believe it. Oh, well, if I hear it so many times, it might just be true. Even without any evidence, even without anything backing that up. People have made videos calling themselves exposing me and have exposed absolutely nothing. Now they have decided to put my address and my location all over the internet, placing my kids and I's privacy and safety in harm's way. That was so unnecessary. I don't know what it did for them. I don't know what that did for them. Even if you place my address all over the internet, how does that prove that I am a scammer? How is that person exposing me? I'm just totally confused about why any of that was necessary. I don't bother anybody. I don't talk negatively about people on here. I don't expose people's private business on here. I'm completely unproblematic. I stay on my channel, I mind my business, and I talk about my daily life and document my journey on my path to my path to success. I'm not worried about anything that anybody else is doing, and I don't get why so many people are worried about me to that level where it even means that they are leaving out of YouTube and digging into whatever they are doing to try to expose my private and personal information. It is low. It is disgusting. It was totally unnecessary. Right? And because of their poor decisions to do something so inappropriate, now my children and I have nowhere to live. It was the most confusing place to be in, because part of me wanted to come on the internet and my channel and ask my supporters to assist me, like, hey y'all, I got 7 days to move back in, can y'all please help? But once I saw that my personal information was all over YouTube, it was just like, wow, like, do I even want to say anything now? Like, I can't even put it out there, because then people will know I still live there. The people that are not supposed to know where I live will know where I live now. Other people from YouTube could know where I live now. People could be, it could be like a crazy person watching my channel, and now they know where I live and will come to my home. Like, it was so many different thoughts coming through my head, and I have to protect my kids. I am all they have. They don't have another parent. They don't have a grandparent. They don't have an uncle. They don't have an aunt. They don't have a cousin. They don't have anybody. Literally, I am their only family member. I am the only one that gets them up in the morning, brushes their teeth, cooks their food, does their laundry, gets them to school, pays the bills, does anything. Buys their clothes, puts food in their stomach, make sure that they have what they need, and I'm taking care of to the best of my ability. And that's hard enough on me as it is. So now I am like even more inconvenienced because of what somebody thought to be a joke or found necessary to do. Like, I can't even wrap around my mind why that was even something. What did that do for those people? For those people that did that, what did that do? What did that do for them? Violating somebody's personal privacy and putting it on the internet did what for you? It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. So that is why I kept quiet about it. That is why I never confirmed or denied had I moved out, because I wanted to make sure that there wasn't a way around this. I considered, well, maybe if I just get the money privately and just never talk about the place again, they wouldn't know that I lived there, because it was a safety issue. At that point, I didn't want to talk about my home anymore. I didn't want to film in my home anymore. I didn't know what people were planning to do, or like I said, the people that I don't want knowing where I live, I don't know what could have came from that. So I started to think, okay, well, maybe if I get the money from this person that I was asking, I could just move back in, never say anything. That way an eviction won't count against me, and then I'll move for real in like 2 or 3 months or something like that. That way, I could kind of like not really play it off, but just never acknowledge that that was actually my home that they were putting on the internet. But then I kind of played with that idea, and I was like, that might still be dangerous because now that people know where it's at, somebody might actually try to just come past your house and see if you're there. Then at that point, if they saw that I was there, they would think, oh, the whole eviction was really a lie. Like, so many things was going through my mind. And not that I care what anybody thinks, because I know how I move and I know what I do for me and I know what's best for me and my family, but I just didn't,
All
I
right,
wasn't
so
okay.
hello, everybody coming into the chat. Welcome, coming into the chat. R. Harris, this is Allison Beglana, or her YouTube name would be Allison Alana. Okay? She is a scammer, allegedly. Anyway, the point of this whole thing right here, guys, where is the accountability? And now me and my kids don't have a place to live. Let me explain something to you, Allison. You and your kids don't have a place to live because you lay on your ass all day and you refuse to work. Remember, you refuse. It's been 11 years since she got a job. It's been 11 years, guys, since this chick got a job, and she wonders why she's evicted. It's just not for me. I just don't like working. I'm never going to stop talking about it, guys, okay? Because the fact that she sat up there and told us that, this girl acts like she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Girl, you are living in poverty. And you need to wear makeup. You got those huge, you look how you're living, hard. You got those bags under your eyes. People are saying that she might be on a substance. I don't think she's on anything. I think she's just delusional. Okay. All right, let's continue, guys. Oh, but my thing is, she act like she got evicted because she's tying the eviction in with the doxing. You were doxed after the eviction. The fact that I think it was after the eviction, guys. I know you guys know, I don't know. I think it was after the eviction, probably because it posted on a court file somewhere and they were able to pull it up. But my thing is, you were evicted because you didn't pay your rent, not because you were doxed. One has nothing to do with the other. Then she's pretending that if she did get the money, she would have gone back. Bitch, you didn't get the money. So why are you even bringing that up? She wants to, oh, it's me. Feel sorry for me. Give me money. My kids are hurting. This person knew I needed the money and they didn't give it to me, bitch, because that's not their kids. They didn't have 3 kids by 3 vans. So they're not worried about it. Now, I do think the last 2 got the same daddy. I think her daughter, she has a grown daughter that's not with her. She's in another state. She got one daddy. She has a 15-year-old son. I think he has a separate daddy than the youngest 2. I think the youngest 2 are probably by the same guy. So I'm going with 3 baby daddies. That's what I'm going with.
I wasn't okay with the fact that my address was all over the internet. It was totally unnecessary.
Me.
It was totally unnecessary. And you just have to really wonder what kind of person you have to be to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of person do these people have to be to do something like that? It was just so unnecessary and a major violation, right? So with that being said, I kind of just wondered, well, like, okay, I remember I prayed and I said, God, it was the Friday before the Monday, okay? So before that Friday, right before the 21st, I just prayed and I was like, this person is just not trying to help me. I know that they can, but for whatever reason, they're not trying to help me. Maybe this could be your will. Maybe you want me to move. Maybe you want me out of there because of the fact that these people had my address. I am convinced that these people had my address before the day that I was evicted. Okay, based off of certain things that I saw and certain things that I heard, I am 100% convinced that they had my information before the day of August 14th. Okay, and I remember I had a dream, and I talked about this in one of my lives that I was doing. I was in the kitchen cooking, and I talked about it in one of my lives that God gave me a dream that somebody was going to try to come to my house. They were actually hiding behind my house in the dream, and that they were trying to come to my house. I don't know what to do, but
now she has a fake stalker, guys. Now she's dreaming about a fake, non-existent stalker. Girl, nobody is that pressed. Nobody is that pressed, sis. Come on now, calm down.
Came back to me that day, and it was almost as if God was trying to remind me, like, hey, remember when I told you that this person was going to come to your house? this is happening, so I have to get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it, but I kept saying, nah, man, this can't be, because it's not like I have another place to go to. So I know you're not going to just have this happen and have us just be out here on the street going to get hotels and my kids just not having a stable environment. I'm like, God, come on, school is starting in a couple of days. Even if I just go back here and stay here for a while, just so I won't have an eviction on my record, so I'll pay them the money, I'll get back in the house. Even if I move in September, just so I can just not have this stuff on my record, because it's going to be very hard to get another place with an eviction, right? And not impossible, but very, very hard. Very few people are going to want to rent to me with that being on my tenant report. So I'm just like, wow, even if I stay here and move in September or move like closer to October, just a little while longer, just help me figure something out. But at the same time, like I said, this person was not trying to help me, and I didn't want to come on my channel and ask, because it was going to confirm to the people that had my address and the people, well, everybody that had my address, that I lived there, and I just couldn't risk my safety like that. I couldn't risk my family's safety like that.
It had nothing to do with your family's safety, bitch. You didn't have the money. You didn't have the money. Stop trying to bring it back to your family's safety.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
Why did she keep, it was my family's safety and I didn't want to risk their safety? Girl, them baby daddies ain't even worried about you. So what makes you think somebody in the YouTube streets is worried about your ass, girl?
By asking. So my only hope was asking this one individual to help me, and that person
right
refused.
Back to the person.
That person refused.
Listen.
So with that being said, now, because of people's choices and people's decision to violate me and my family's privacy, now my kids and I do not have a home of our own. I don't know if anybody.
But the level of inaccountability, she refuses to be accountable. Nobody's coming for her. Her bank account her Chime account is insufficient funds, because you need direct deposit to maintain a checking account. Let's be clear. And she ain't depositing shit. The nerve. Yeah, because of people's inability to, people exposing me. No, you lost your place because you couldn't pay your rent. So is she using CPNs to get these places? Y'all let me know.
Everybody's going to be willing.
Because now I'm starting to wonder, how is she getting the places if she can't stay?
We've been living in hotels, which are expensive. We've been having to buy fast food every single day, which is expensive, because now I can't cook. I love to cook our food at home. I just prefer a home cooked meal any day over an outside meal. Now we have to be buying fast food every day, which is expensive, right? We've been heavily inconvenienced. The one chance I had to keep my place. Like, who's ever even heard of being able to get back in after an eviction? You know, I had one chance to steal, even after being locked out, because I can't even really call it an eviction. I was just put out by the sheriff and my property management company, who came behind them and locked the door. Right. My one chance to get back in there was ruined. Was ruined because of somebody's desire. Some stranger that I don't even know. I don't even know these people. Got nothing to do with them. Don't pay them no mind. Don't care nothing about them. Decided to come search me up, locate my address, put it all over the internet, violate my privacy, and cause a safety issue for me. So instead of being able to come back here and see if maybe my subscribers would have been able to help me, I couldn't do that. I couldn't ask for the help, because it would have confirmed that I still lived there. I couldn't get help from the family member that I was asking for help from, because they didn't want to help. So now my kids and I have been inconvenienced.
It's everybody's fault but Allison's. It's the family member that didn't want to give her money because they had helped her before, y'all. She admitted they had already given her some money before. So I'm supposed to deplete my savings account for a bitch that don't want to get up off her behind and get a job? No, I will not. You had those kids. You have to take care of them. Next case. Stop having kids that you can't afford. It's everybody else's fault but Allison's, guys.
Pay for these expensive hotels, having to buy expensive food, having to be out here working day and night to keep us afloat. Still have bills.
Still have to pay the balance on my house, y'all. Allison, we don't care. We have the balance on our houses to pay. We have gas and electric. Allison thinks we're settling. Remember I call us the settlers? We're settling and we're just working these jobs and we still can't do everything we want to do. But we can pay our rent though. We can stay out of shelters though. We don't have the washing machine man looking for us.
Bills to pay. I might not have rent and electric anymore and water and all that, but I still have bills to pay. I have to pay my cell phone bill. I have to put gas in this car. I have to pay my credit card bill. I have to pay for where I'm keeping my things at now. I have to pay for so many different things. I'm in my car a lot more now, so that's more gas. Gas is so high now. And that 7 weeks when I did not have my vehicle, it's like gas skyrocketed during that period. Because when I came back out here and actually paid attention to a gas station price, I was shocked. It's almost back to $4. All of this money. I am one person. I have 4 children. One person with 4 children. 3 of them are still minors. I have to take care of them 100%. They have nobody else but me. And because somebody crossed me, because somebody took it upon themselves to violate and expose my privacy, I could not get back into my home. It probably wasn't even safe for me to get back into my home. Now, if I try to go apply for somewhere else, now I have to pay another security deposit, another first month's rent. All of this is money that I have to find from where now? From where? This is what happens when you start to grow, when you start to try to build something for you and your family, when you start to try to create a legacy and create some generational wealth. The enemy starts to step in and tries to violate and destroy the little that you do have. There was no reason for anybody to do that. No.
I'm a narcissistic, manipulating, lying ass.
There was no reason for anybody to do that. And now because they have done that,
somebody
my
get
family
the
and I
hundred. Yeah, I'm really full of shit. I'm the type of bitch you gotta watch
I'm
while
about to
you
do
piss.
something that I never would do, don't care to do, because I don't give a crap to prove myself to anybody. I let the lies and the rumors brew. I let them get so out of control because I don't care. I don't have to justify myself to anybody because I know there's a true and living God who knows everything. But because I want to let my supporters know, because I want to let you all, my supporters know that I am not a liar, that I am not a scammer, that I don't come on here to play around with nobody and their money or make up storylines and lies to get anything from anybody, because I know that there's consequences for doing that. I've had enough things happen in my life for me to ever try to operate in anything less than the top of the line integrity. Okay, here's the notice. I have it folded up because I am not
The notice, guys. She's bringing a receipt.
August 14th, 8:30 a.m. Okay.
Y'all see that? August the 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. She has 7 days to come up with the money that her broke ass can't come up with. Why? Because she's unemployed by choice. Unemployed by choice. She told y'all she don't want no job. She ain't interested in no job. She don't care about getting no job. Because y'all people that work a job, including myself, can't do what y'all want to do anyway. I get to sit around and lay all day and buy organic chicken and organic vegetables and fruits with my food stamps that y'all paid for. Excuse me? Because we shouldn't be paying taxes anyway. Well, then, bitch, how would all your shit get done? How would it get done if we didn't pay taxes? We taking care of you, not the other way around. She too slow to realize it.
You should vacate the premises. I hope y'all can see this clearly, because I will never come on this internet again and prove myself in any way. Anyway, so to my supporters, this is for y'all. This is for y'all. This is for y'all. Okay? 7 days. You see the whole thing right there. I have the notice folded up. There you go. And to take it one step further, I am going to show you all the other notice that has really nothing to do with anybody on this channel, because I got the money to take care of this from a family member. Okay, I'm going to fold it up the same exact way. And this is to prove to you all that this is the truth. May 24th at 8:30 a.m. This was the last eviction that I faced, and I was not evicted from my unit at this time, because I got the money from a relative who chose to help me out at that time. So just so you all can see, and this doesn't even have anything to do with you all, because nobody contributed any money towards this. However, because I was being accused of being a liar and a scammer, and that this eviction never happened, that I faked the eviction, my big grown tail got out of my bed at 4:30 in the morning to pretend that I was being evicted. Here you are. Here's the evidence that this also took place. And I'm gonna even take it one step further. I'm gonna just put it all out there because, baby, document this day, baby, because Allison will never get back on this internet and verify anything, because I know who I am. I'm somebody who operates in the utmost integrity. I'm probably one of the realest people you will ever meet on this earth. So anybody that ever lost me as a friend, a girlfriend, or whatever, they're dying today. They're wishing they were dead today, because they already know the quality of person that I am. No matter what my financial situations might be, up here, the best. Up here, top of the line. My integrity, my heart, my honesty, my loyalty, baby, unmatched. Anyone who has ever dropped the ball on me, I guarantee you regrets it till this day, because they don't make them like this anymore. It's very few people that still operate with honesty, integrity, loyalty, and decency these days. Scamming, trying to dog people out for their money, lying and playing with them for their money. No, ma'am. No, sir. Never will my name be attached to something like that, ever, because I got integrity, the utmost type of integrity. Integrity so freaking solid that when I tell the truth, the people think I'm lying. When I put my realness, my rawness out there, my thoroughness, they can't even believe it, because I'm just that. But let's get back to this. Now, I put this little thing here because I'm not showing my finance company any of that. All right, but here we go. What does that say? Notice of repossession, right? Such and such repossessed the above referenced vehicle, right? This is the document that they sent out to me once my vehicle was repossessed, because they have to send me a notice of that, right? They have to send me a notice of that. But remember, I'm a liar. My vehicle was never repossessed. There's no way that I ever got my vehicle back after a repossession. I had to pay, I would have had to pay way too much money for the storage fees and this and that. And this don't even have nothing to do with you guys. You know why? Because you guys didn't give me a dime for this. I paid for this with my own income. There were no storage fees. There were no other fees. My finance company charged me the fee that they assigned to me to pay, and they never charged me anything else, even after 7 weeks. They moved it from the repo man onto the auction, and it stayed on the auction for like the last maybe 3 weeks that it was gone away from me. Okay, this don't have nothing to do with y'all. But just because I'm in the midst of clearing things up, I just want to put that out there as well, so that the people that supported me will never have to second guess now. Will never have to second guess and wonder, I wonder if what they are saying is true. I helped her and I did believe her, but I just wonder, now you see for yourself. Because like I said, I'm only talking to you all. I'm only talking to the people that supported me and put their actual money out there for somebody that they don't even know. And it's so heartfelt, and I appreciate y'all forever for that. I just want y'all to see with y'all own 2 eyes that I'm who I say I am, that what I say I'm going through is really what I'm going through, and that people are wicked. People are evil, and they will make up lies. They will make up lies for their channel so that they can use you for their storyline and for their check. They will make up lies. They will defame you. They will expose your personal business. They will just say that, don't even have no evidence or nothing, because if they had evidence of it, they would have known that what was going on was true. But just to support them having contact with their channel, they will defame you. They will get people to subconsciously turn against you, who are your supporters. They will do everything to destroy you when they see that they can't. They come at you and talk about you negatively, or talk to you negatively, and you're ignoring them. Oh, they making up lies. They doing all kinds of stuff to try to get at you because you won't give them your attention. This is how it works. It's almost like the more unproblematic you are, the more they try to start stuff with you. This is what I'm going through. So there you have it. There you have it. I was locked out of my home. The sheriff came and removed me out. I had 7 days to come back in. And because these people violated me and put my address all over the internet, I didn't even feel safe to move back in there. I couldn't get help from the person that was outside of YouTube. So I lost my place officially. The eviction was true. May's eviction was true, as you just saw. August's eviction was true, as you just saw. My repo actually happened, as you just saw. So that's it. That's it. Now I have to go figure out what to do next. Now was the time I really need some help. Now was the time I really need some financial assistance, because we have nowhere to go. And these hotels is triple what I was paying for my unit. It is triple what I was paying for my home. The gas prices are high, and I have to buy food.
I'm a lion.
So because I was violated and lied on and accused, and a part of a smear campaign, I really don't care.
I be crying in line,
and I don't care what nobody got to say about
somebody
me.
get the plunger.
When you play with my children, and when I lay
bitch, you
head
gotta
at,
watch
please
why you
understand you open
piss.
up a whole bag of worms. And I'm gonna leave it right there. To my supporters, y'all saw the evidence for yourself. I am not a liar. Will never be a liar. Will always. I take pride, because guess what? Money can't buy integrity. I don't care how much money I don't have. Money can't buy character. It can't buy integrity. It can't do any of that. I take pride in operating in integrity on a daily basis. I love myself. I love it about myself. No matter what I have been through, I have always been a person who operates in integrity. My character, my decency.
Okay, guys.
There you have it. There you have it. The evidence was shown to any of my supporters who may have just had a little bit of doubt creep.
Let's get into the comments, okay? Let's get into these comments. All right. Here we go. Because you know they was on her top in these comments right here. Now, hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of the overlay real quick so we can get into it. Okay. All right, hold on. Imagine the actual nerve of someone who makes begging on YouTube a full-time job with overtime, being angry because the people she's begging from on the daily question her veracity. You are openly on YouTube begging for money from strangers. Wait a minute, begging people for money, begging strangers for money. It's sad that you told us your own family no longer wants to help you. We don't know you, love. So of course, people that don't know you are not going to trust you. You calling people who wanted to dig to make sure you're not a scammer disgusting? No, you are disgusting. No matter what you go through in life, I don't feel like you should get on the internet and beg for people you don't even know. Go get public assistance, a second job, hustle on the side, have pride, not just for you, but your children. Teach your children that hard work pays off and being independent pays off, and you're not minding your own business. Okay? You're on the internet telling your business and the gang asking for our hard-earned money. Girl, bye. Nobody's heard of an eviction where you don't get evicted. Hold on, y'all. Where are these kids' dads? Let's go. All these begging SSA videos, you should get a check for getting on here as much as you do to beg. Shaking my head, scammer. Begging is work. She said thanks, but that's not enough, and send more money. I know all her family tired of her. Timestamp 6-4054. Where did they send her repo letter? 3221. Okay. If you worked as much as you talk, trust me, you would not have any problems paying your rent. Get off your lazy BUTT and go to work and learn how to act responsible. Once again, you put your big girl panties on and go to work. All right, hold on. She seems like a narcissist. Do you have a job? That would be the first thing I did to support my children. Why are you their only family member? Extended family can be a huge blessing. Start attending a good Bible believing church. You'll get support. No, get a job. I don't agree with that comment. Why didn't you record the eviction so we can see you're not a liar? Maybe someone could have come to your rescue. Everyone goes through tough times, but why is it that you think people are obligated to constantly help? As an adult, you have to step up for yourself. I do, however, feel bad for your children. Wait a minute, listen to this one, y'all. This is a good one. Congratulations. I love your mini series called How to Pull Off the Perfect Eviction Scam. This storyline is totally in contrast to the actual date of eviction. Girl, go to Hollywood. Win an Emmy, clown. Hold on, y'all. Didn't she? Wait a minute. Hold on, I'm going too far down. It says, wait a minute, y'all. Didn't she not get money orders on camera, then flash the receipt showing over $2,000? What is she talking about? Only $400. It says, sis, don't let those babies suffer, and their daddy or family member you trust will let them. Find a shelter if you can. Welcome to the real world. We don't have those 4 kids. You did. We didn't have those 4 kids. You did, sis. How many times do you have to have an eviction notice to get you a job and figure out what you need to do? You cannot lie on this here internet, because there are people who know how to get to the truth of you trying to scam people out of their money. And baby, you should be working day and night to take care of your kids. How are you going to be mad that someone who has it won't help you? It's not their responsibility to help you. You're a grown woman that had them kids. Sometimes you have to learn how to pick your own self up. You need to get off the internet and get yourself together for the sake of your children. Scammers will never admit that they are scamming. Stop using your children as a defense. You don't understand. Once you beg, the world will come for you, lady. You on here rambling. You need to be looking for a job. You a goddamn liar, okay? Man, that wasn't God talking. When God speaks, he provides the way to make it through as well. And that does not include handouts from strangers. Y'all, they wouldn't stop. Somebody said, why are you still getting pregnant? Where's the kid's dad at timestamp 3455? What content you make? Am I missing something? Because all I see is begging. You beg more than bums. Oh, they would not stop. This lady is a line SSA scammer. The best thing you can do is get off the internet. No one wants to work hard for their money, then turn around and give it to you because you aren't handling business. You said the rent wasn't really that much. One eviction would have been enough for me. Oh, they went on. And DoorDash isn't going to give you generational wealth. Okay. They tore her up in those comments. All right, now we're just going to get into a few shorts. All right, hold on. They tore that girl up in those comments. All right, let's listen to this one. Wait a minute, y'all. And the nerve to address this. This was kind of embarrassing to me. Am I on drugs? You know, a lot of people say she just looks so rough.
So the people are asking stupid questions, asking, am I on drugs? Honey, I just have a wonderful, bright, loud personality.
He has no personality.
I like to always say that I'm a combination.
He has no personality.
Jesus, Monica, Keisha Cole, Left Eye, for sure, Left Eye. Who else?
This delusional shit she's talking about now.
Lorena Bobbitt, and a slight splash of King Von. And add a little K Michelle in there, and you got Allison. But soon, I'm gonna be only just like Jesus. Ain't that something?
So
I'm trying to figure out why every time I go into my kids' room, the sheets are off the bed and on the floor. I don't know if they spring them over top of their head, like they in North Carolina taking off their shirt, or if they are, throwing them on a ceiling fan. I don't know what's going on, but it be peanut butter stains. It be all kinds of stuff going on with these darn sheets. And thank God for the mattress protector, because that stays on no matter what they do. Otherwise, that mattress would be done. But I'm gonna maintain regardless. So this edifies reasons.
Y'all. Look at this one, y'all. This one is funny. Hold on, look at this one. This how you know she might be on something on this one, y'all. I don't know about that one, but she might be on something with this one. Check it out.
Believe in yourself and you will achieve all of your
What is going on here?
And you will achieve.
What is going on here?
What you got to do.
It's her to Rex kicking in, y'all.
Achieve.
It was her to Rex.
All of your dreams. I said, believe in yourself and you will achieve. Do what you gotta do to achieve your dreams. No one but you can make it happen. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you've got to do. I believe in you.
Dancing like Elaine off of Seinfeld, y'all.
Believe in your dreams.
Okay.
And do what you gotta do.
Okay.
Believe in you.
You'll hop in the skit.
Make your dreams come true. I said believe in yourself and do what you gotta do for you to accomplish your dreams. All types of things going.
Y'all see that? Y'all think she might be on something right there? She might have took a little something like that. You low-key like it, don't you, Shania? I hear that, girl. I hear that. Hold on, y'all. Let's hear her begging real quick. Y'all want to listen to something with her begging? Let's listen to this.
Just having the kids go to bed and I fell asleep on this.
So much personality. Look how snoozy she
So it's kind of a good thing that I woke up though, because I had to go run and grab my scarf to tie my hair down. So now I have a dilemma where I need a total of $3,335. Out of that total, I have $100. So that brings me down to $3,235. And I need this money ASAP. I need this money as soon as possible, because one of the situations is going to help me clear up some things I have on my name so I can continue to make my own money. So if anybody is willing and able to help out with that so I can keep on going and thriving and building myself up, I would definitely appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and put my my payment apps across the screen. And I might even do a community post in regards to the total the balance that I still need to be able to take care of my situation and get myself straight. The total that I need is $3,335. Of that, I have $100, which brings me down to $3,235. Whatever you're able to contribute is greatly appreciated. I do need to get this money together like today. So whoever is able to help, please do so.
Did y'all see this bullshit? Did y'all see this? The audacity of someone to ask the settlers to take their taxed money and give her some money. We already paid you on the back end. We won't be paying you on the front end as well. Guys, we're going to wrap this live up. This was an Alice and Alana live, and I think we went through some pretty good content. We did pretty good over here, okay? I had all that shit lined up, comments and all. All right, guys, I will see you guys in a few minutes. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to get something to eat, and I will be back later. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out, and I'll see you in the next live.